Have you ever picked up one of the makeup products you owned, skimmed through its ingredient list, and actually understood what the ingredients were? If you answered no to this question, then you, like most people, are being left in the dark about the contents of what you're smothering all over your skin. In the next couple of minutes, you will learn about a common ingredient amongst shimmery makeup products, mica, and the answer to the biggest question it raises in the makeup industry. Is mica a good ingredient for makeup? Mica is a naturally forming silicate material occurring in igneous, metamorphic, and very occasionally sedimentary rock, usually underground, meaning that it is mined. Mica mining is a labor-intensive task and is very often done artisanally, which means it is mined by individuals that aren't officially employed by a company, usually by hand. Mining the mineral involves dangerous digging of vertical shafts of 1 to 2 meters wide and around 15 meters deep, extracting and then sorting of the mica. It is then dealt and then exported overseas, primarily to China, to then be sent to foreign countries to be used in makeup. The biggest producer of mica is India, and as the University of Waterloo's Museum of Earth Sciences website states, quote, "The world's chief deposits of mica are found in India at Bihar and the Nellore district of Madras. Over 50% of the mica used today comes from these two regions." Unquote. These two regions are shown on this map. In fact, the value of the most recent yearly mica export from India, 2019, made about $71.27 in the US currency, which is equal to $92.18 million in Australian currency, as shown on the graph.
The dark side. An even more questionable aspect of this industry is child labor. About 22,000 children are part of this industry, making up the majority of workers. Children who work in this industry claim to go to school when questioned, but can provide no proof of going to school. These children still barely earn $1 in Australian currency per day. The child workers in this industry are sacrificing their education to make a living because of their poverty, but their lack of education leads to their local economy suffering, which is damaging to them because it creates a downward spiral of poverty for them. There are many health impacts that mica mining has, such as cuts, scratches, broken limbs, head injuries, bruises, scorpion and snake bites, suffocation, pneumoconiosis, and the constant risk of death. The workers toil all day, about 10 hours a day on average, in deposits of mica. The National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, the NIOSH, has set a recommended exposure limit of 3 milligrams per meter cube respiratory exposure over an 8-hour workday. At amounts of 1,500 milligrams per meter cube, mica is immediately dangerous to life and health. Considering this, these workers, most of whom are children, have a severe risk of serious health conditions and death. Having the environment in mind is extremely important as well. The entire industry, as we discussed, is quote-unquote non-existent, and there is absolutely no record keeping or proper regulations as to how much mica is being mined. This can be overly stripping for the environment and depletes the minerals quantities quickly, as it is not sustainable at all.
This can easily be stopped. People should be taught the value of education for children and the use of synthetic mica, a lab-based alternative that can often be purer and better for use than natural mica. Makeup companies can try to avoid using mica sourced from child labor and ensure what they are using is ethically sourced. The Indian government must make a move to address this issue and begin funding families whose children are unable to mine, as they need an education to help them sustain themselves. They've already begun tackling these unethical practices by formalizing the mines and providing them with licenses and funds to help rule out hazardous mining conditions and child labor. Though this industry seems to be inevitable, it can slowly be changed with the government's assistance and by spreading awareness. The elimination of the current child labor and unsustainable mining problems can bring a brighter future to Indian mica mining. But as of now, though natural mica is convenient and suitable for makeup, it is certainly damaging to the environment and to the lives of many people. Therefore, mica is not a good ingredient in makeup and should be replaced with ingredients that are sourced ethically and sustainably.